Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Sage. Today we are on episode 20 of our ongoing continual series where we discuss talents, and today's topic will be Heaven's Wrath. Heaven's Wrath has no 1 or 5 or 2 or 5, but at 3 or 5 it has a 10% chance to stun 3 nearby enemies for 2 seconds when attacked with a cooldown of 3 seconds. At 4 or 5 there's a 15% chance to do the same, and at 5 or 5 20% chance to do the same. Now, it's one of those passive talents. It activates when you're receiving damage. You don't have to be giving out damage. You don't have to be attacking for this thing to activate. It says it activates by towers. I haven't seen that, but I do know for a fact it will activate from troop attacks and from hero attacks. Now, the stun that it inflicts is a little bit different than the heavy blow stun or destroyer stun or minotaur stun, because it's not going to cause base damage. It's not going to cause that base 100% damage that those other stuns cause. Just being stunned by heavy blow could actually kill you. You know, just the stun itself can wipe you out. Heaven's Wrath won't do that. Heaven's Wrath is just going to stun you without causing that base damage. Also, when this thing says nearby enemies, they really mean nearby enemies. You basically have to be within the attack range of the hero with Heaven's Wrath for Heaven's Wrath to stun those enemies. So it's best used in mob attacks or in group attacks where a bunch of heroes are attacking you, or if you're in close quarters like Lost Battlefield, Lost Realm, because obviously the heroes that are attacking you are going to be in very close proximity. But you can't hit a hero that's far away with Heaven's Wrath. It has to be somebody nearby, or a troop for that matter. It has to be troops or heroes that are nearby you and that are probably actively attacking you for it to work. Last thing we want to look at before we move on is the percentage of it going off. At 5 or 5, that's 20% chance. That's pretty high for a passive talent. Passive talents tend to go off a lot. So when you're saying 20% chance, it doesn't sound that high, but actually you could probably expect it to go off every 3 seconds. Of course, it has to cool down for 3 seconds, but after that, as long as you're being actively attacked, you'll probably expect it to go off again. Alright, so let's see Heaven's Wrath in action. We're going to use a 5/5 Heaven's Wrath Golem to attack this Snowzilla and this Beast Tamer. And we're going to see how many times we can stun the Snowzilla and Beast Tamer before the Golem dies. Alright, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 immediately, and 5. So 5, 2 minutes 39 seconds. So in 21 seconds we got 5 stuns in. Quick math to tell you that that's about a stun every 4.2 seconds. Since there's a 3-second cooldown, that's letting you know that Heaven's Wrath is pretty much going to activate as soon as that cooldown is over. The second that cooldown is over, you'll be able to activate your Heaven's Wrath. So pretty much the only thing limiting you from stunning over and over again is that cooldown. And the other thing is, like I said earlier, it's a weak stun. There is no base damage to it, so you're not really doing anything but debuffing the enemy by keeping them stunned. But it's good to know that it goes off quite often. Those extra stuns that Heaven's Wrath is giving you every 4 seconds can really help you out in some game modes, specifically in HBMs and also in Insane Dungeons. I know when I did my Insane Dungeon 4, this was right around the time the first evolved heroes just started coming out. Before they had Devo, it was just Evo. And I had Heaven's Wrath on my destroyer, and he was a star in that Insane Dungeon. He wasn't even evolved, but he was able to kick butt with that Heaven's Wrath. I think the only one I had evolved at the time was Pumpkin Duke, and I was able to beat 410. So I really liked Heaven's Wrath for Insane Dungeon, and also for HBMs. For HBMs, you're getting an extra stun in every 4 seconds when you're being attacked, which is really, really great in defeating those waves in HBMs. And the reason why Heaven's Wrath works so well is because for Insane Dungeon 4 and for HBM, even the HBM AAs, the ones that are HBM 3, you're basically facing the same type of heroes over and over again. But there's a difference when you get to Insane Dungeon 5 because you're facing the new tier heroes. Also, when you're going against PvP modes, when you're going against other players, they're not going to have those same heroes that are raiding you in HBMT. They have the new wave of heroes, and that's the problem with Heaven's Wrath. Heaven's Wrath is not powerful enough to deal with all the new wave of heroes that they have in this game. Demogorgon, immune to stun. Heaven's Wrath does nothing. Golem, immune to stun. Heaven's Wrath does nothing. Orcsbane, immune to stun. Heaven's Wrath does nothing. Don't think about that Orcsbane that's sitting in your altar, the level 120 guy that you never use. Think about the Insane Dungeon Orcsbane. He's in every Insane Dungeon. He is immune to any type of freeze or any type of coma. You can't stop him. Think about that guy. That's the one that you can't stun with Heaven's Wrath. Grimfiend is immune from stun for 12 seconds. He has a 15-second cooldown. Even if you're lucky, you can get that Heaven's Wrath to stun him in between his proc. He's still going to auto proc within 2 seconds of getting stunned. He's going to be immune once again, and it's not going to be effective on him. But good luck trying to get that to happen, by the way. So right off the bat, you got 4 of the most OP heroes in the game that Heaven's Wrath will not even affect at all. But what about Atlanticor? Atlanticor at level 10, his shield is up for 7.5 seconds, and when that shield is up, he cannot be touched with anything. Heaven's Wrath, Pixie's proc, Arctica, nothing can penetrate that shield except for Blade Shell. Nothing can penetrate Atlanticor's shield, so we might as well forget about Heaven's Wrath working on him. I mean, maybe he'll be stunned inside of his shield, but so what? That bubble's going to protect him, and it's going to deflect all the damage back in your face. You go against a Revite Ares, forget about it. You'll never even see the Heaven's Wrath go off. You'll never see it go off once, because he's going to silence you for 5.5 seconds. There's a 3-second cooldown for Heaven's Wrath. It'll never cover the time or cover that space in between Ares cooldown and the Heaven's Wrath cooldown. It'll never be able to activate. So forget about Heaven's Wrath when you're going against Ares. By some miracle, Heaven's Wrath is able to go off. Guess what? Warlock, he auto procs, he takes it right off. As soon as he gains energy, he auto procs, he puts that side shield over your heroes that has Heaven's Wrath, it comes right off. Same with my man Death Knight, he's going to take the Heaven's Wrath off. Even if it penetrates, he's going to take it off. His cooldown is only 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds, Death Knight is going to be removing that Heaven's Wrath. So it may stay on the hero for a second before Death Knight is able to proc and take it off that hero. So it's just ineffective. Speaking of that, any hero, any of the heroes that have Side Shield Crest will be able to block that Heaven's Wrath. Any demon that you face in Lost Realm is also immune to Heaven's Wrath or any other type of stun. Any demon, period. Lava Demon, Archdemon, Wretchgorge Demon, HBM Demon, whatever demon that is in this Castle Clash game, you can't stun with Heaven's Wrath. You can't stun the demons, you can't stun the centaurs, unless it's the Fortress Fuse Centaur or the Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3 boss. You can't stun Tier 4 or 5 boss with that Heaven's Wrath. So what is it good for? Basically, Insane Dungeon 4 or below is good, and HBMs is good. It's even good for HBM 3 because you're not facing a ton of brand new heroes in HBM 3, believe it or not. But other than that, there's so many counters to it and so many heroes that it doesn't affect that are OP that it's just not that good. But also HBMs and Insane Dungeons are super important. They're probably the two most important game modes that you want to actually pass. So if you can find a talent that can help you pass those two game modes, then I really can't say it's a bad talent, you know? You understand what I'm saying? So let's talk about what heroes that you definitely, if you roll Heaven's Wrath, you want to consider putting Heaven's Wrath on. Just like all the passive talents, it's got to be a tank. It's got to be somebody that has a lot of health or damage reduction. Someone who can take a lot of punishment because they're going to get beat up if they have Heaven's Wrath. So do not put it on any type of ranged hero whatsoever. And don't put it on a squishy hero like Pumpkin Duke or someone who's not ranged but has no health. Champion. Don't put it on him. Skull Knight is probably the best hero to put Heaven's Wrath on. I would say he's number one. Golem is also very strong with Heaven's Wrath. I have it on my Heaven's Wrath that I showed you, and it helps him a lot. Destroyer is an absolute beast with Heaven's Wrath. He helped me get through Insane Dungeon 4. I loved Heaven's Wrath on him. Of course, there are other better heroes to put on Destroyer like Revitalize, War God, but Heaven's Wrath is also good on him if you don't have a choice. And lastly, Death Knight is very good with Heaven's Wrath. He is probably one of his best talents, but of course there are a lot of other good talents you can put on him, but Heaven's Wrath works for him very well. So just to recap, Heaven's Wrath is going to be going off about every 4 seconds. It's best used in HBMs and in dungeons. It's not going to work that well with the brand new PvP heroes that you face in Lost Battle, in Lost Realm, in Arena, because they're going to have Grimfiend, they're going to have Golem, they're going to have Ares, they're going to have all these other heroes that will render Heaven's Wrath almost useless. So Heaven's Wrath, it is what it is. It's a great talent for the game modes that it works in, and for the heroes that it works against, but not so great for the other heroes. I mean, that's basically it. So anyway, that's it for Heaven's Wrath. I'm going to move on now to the last 2 videos of the series, and that's what I'm going to record next. And they are the 2 most exciting videos out of the whole series so far: War God and Revitalize. And I've been saving those for the last because those are 2 of my favorite talents, and I can't wait to talk about them. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for viewing, and peace out.